All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming. And this is the event of how you're going to learn how to make residual income by nourishing mamas and families. And so this is a special event for mompreneurs, for all you mamas out there who really want to stay home with your children and also not sacrifice your income by doing that. And so we have a really beautiful way that we have like figured out and love of how to make significant income, make residual income, solid income, even career level income. And we have some special guests today that we're going to hear from. So I'll just start by introducing myself for those of you who don't know me and my work. My name is Amaya Dupre, and I am an Ayurvedic practitioner and an Ayurvedic postpartum doula. And I've been focusing on Ayurvedic postpartum care for the last decade. So my work includes my Ayurvedic postpartum cookbook, Mama's Menu, as well as my blog, shakticare.com. And I have an online postpartum recovery program called Fully Healed Mama. So how I got into this work was, basically I have all of these things and I'm really into Ayurvedic postpartum nutrition and just postpartum nutrition in general. And so something that was like a missing hole in my program. And so I have my cookbook, which is amazing. And I've had like numerous, almost, I don't even know how many people that, have come up to me in different ways and just like, that it really changed their whole postpartum reality, which is wonderful. But there also were mamas that came up to me, especially in my program, Fully Healed Mama, and others where, if you don't have a lot of support, so say, you're living somewhere where you don't have family and friends, and your partner is working or you don't have a partner, then getting up and cooking, in the kitchen, postpartum meals is not really practical for everyone. And so having fast and reliable nutrition that actually also helps you postpartum was kind of like how I got into this. And so it was kind of a combination of things where my daughter is now in college and I lost some of my drive for cooking, and so now I don't have her to cook for anymore. And so a lot of times I wouldn't want to make dinner, and I was literally eating popcorn for dinner again and again and again. And I know it's like, as an Ayurvedic person, it's like really bad. And so I was looking for some, fast and reliable nutrition for myself. And so that's basically how I found these products. And because, as an Ayurvedic practitioner, there are specific things that I follow, like food combining, for example, and making sure that, when you're talking about food combining, you're also talking about, having good, strong digestion. And both of those things are also important in general, but even very, very extra important when you're recovering from birth because your digestion the digestive fire is very weak. And so you really have to pay attention to that. And so, a lot of like green drinks and protein powders and smoothie mixes, it's basically has been impossible for me to find something that I believe in, that I can stand behind, that has good food combining, and it's good for your digestion and very nourishing. And so that is kind of how I came into this, where I found products not only for myself, but also for my postpartum mamas that I can recommend. So there's there's so many times that I've been super cringe, where I come over, to a mama's house to care for her and find out that she was, just had a smoothie with, combining fruits and vegetables and protein powder and cacao and nut butter and all these different things that, aren't going to help her recover from birth and actually could hurt her ability to produce digestible breast milk for her baby, for example. So I am really excited, to be a part of this and to have products that I can help mamas with, be able to nourish their bodies and nourish their breast milk supply, where I don't have to, that is, even though these products are not Ayurvedic specifically, they follow the Ayurvedic protocols, and I am very excited about that. So that is kind of like my why and how I came into this business. And also, as a mama myself, when I had my daughter almost 20 years ago, um, I didn't have any money. And, I chose to stay at home with her. She was a very needy baby. She even would scream and cry like to the extreme, even when I left the room and she was in the room with her dad. So I did not feel comfortable leaving her and putting her in daycare or anything like that. Um, so I was a stay-at-home mom and I didn't have any money. I didn't have a car. I would literally walk everywhere with her. And it's one way to do it, but it doesn't, I would like to have both. I would like to help support mamas because that's my whole mission in this life is supporting mamas. And I want to support mamas have strong, reliable income and stay at home with their kids and be able to nourish themselves better, quicker, and be able to share that with other mamas and families. So that is my why. And I'm really happy to have you here today. And now I would like to, we have some special guests here. So I would like to start by asking Kiev to come off of mute and share her story. I would love to hear, she has an amazing, she has two amazing stories. She has an amazing postpartum story with healing with these products. And she also has a really amazing Momtreprenuer story. And I would love to hear both if you would be willing to share.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's become one of my missions to share this business and share these products with everyone in the world, but most specifically moms, because I think moms are they're the most important people around. We're raising the next generation, and these superfoods and this business, the combination of both is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And this is the vehicle to make everything better. So yeah, like you said, I have two stories. I guess I will start with the superfoods. I was introduced to these superfoods 3 years ago. At the time, I had a 2.5-year-old. And I had also just launched another business of mine. I'm a jeweler, and I was exhausted, and everyone kept telling me it was because I was a new mom. And it's when these superfoods came into my life that I felt re-energized, that I had higher energy levels, that I overcame insomnia. I started becoming an insomniac at 7 months of pregnancy, my first pregnancy. And so these superfoods really became, just so convenient, so easy. And they just made it that I could eat on the go. I had access to whole foods, organics, raw, whole foods that would, that within 2 minutes, I had everything that I needed in my body. And so I was energized. And when you have kids, you need that energy. You need to be, you have to have that energy to be patient with your kids, to play with your kids, to run with your kids, to teach them things, and it's not fun to be a tired parent. And a lot of people nowadays, it's always like, oh, well, you're a parent, you're tired. It's like you become a parent, you're automatically tired, and it doesn't have to be that way. And how I know that is I'm 5 months postpartum now, with my second child. And this time around, I had my superfoods all throughout my pregnancy and all throughout my postpartum care. And it was amazing. I already love these superfoods because I've been consuming them for 3 years, but my pregnancy and my postpartum story of this time really made me so much more grateful for these superfoods, so much more than I already was. And the reason was, well, first of all, when I was pregnant, this time around, I was often nauseous. I didn't really feel like eating solid food. I was okay with soups. I was okay with smoothies, and so this was great. All the superfoods that we have with Purium, the Power Shake, which is the equivalent of 12 microgreen salads. I could just drink that and know that I was okay. Even if I was nauseous, I was getting the nutrients I needed in my body to create a new life, right? This was number one. I was so grateful for this because we need to be eating well when we're pregnant, right? That's why people stop smoking, they stop drinking, you start taking care of your body in that time. And that's why people are like, oh, you've got that pregnancy glow. It's like, yeah, I'm taking care of myself, right? So these superfoods were amazing for that because I was nauseous. At the end of my pregnancy, they were scared that I would have iron deficiencies. I never ended up having any, but they did prescribe me with iron supplements anyway. And the superfoods came and helped me, combat the symptoms that come with iron supplements, right? Like constipation, for example. So the superfoods came and made sure that I was never constipated. There's a lot of information, but that's, I feel like it's important to share so that we know that, like, we don't have, that when you fuel your body this way, then you're good and you feel good. And so during my pregnancy, yeah, it was just so easy to consume all of this and it was amazing. And then came birth and afterbirth. All right. And in those moments, all of a sudden it was like, first of all, I had my cocoa hydrate while I was giving birth in my tub at home. I had my cocoa hydrate with me. But the whole postpartum care, it was I was destabilized having my second, much more than when I had my first child, in that with my second child, the schedule was like off. I had a newborn and a 5-year-old, and like, the time for that to readjust, I didn't know where to cook and what to do and how to cook and have the baby in my arms, and I couldn't put this baby down. It wasn't like my first. My second, I couldn't put him down for more than a minute, so I couldn't cook for myself. So the way that I had to nourish myself was anything I could grab with one hand. It was an apple, it was a banana, it was raspberries, it was strawberries, it was my power shake, it was the superfoods, because the superfoods you can just do with one hand in 2 minutes. You kind of just take your cup, you put in some water, and then you add your dehydrated superfoods in them, and you shake and you drink it, and I would be fully nourished. And that helped me so, so much, because otherwise, what was I going to eat? Right? And it is so important. It is so important to eat well postpartum, and because your body has just gone through such a shock, right? So that was my story with the superfoods. But what changed my life even more, if you can even believe it, was the business. So 3 years ago, I was introduced to superfoods. I had the energy, the insomnia, and all that. And 6 months in, I went to the beach. I went to Belize. I live in Montreal, Canada. It's very cold. It was February. It's very, very cold. We have horrible winters. It rains, it snows, it rains ice. It's just ridiculous. And so I was there with my 2.5-year-old, and I was sitting on the beach and I was drinking my green juice. And it was the day before I had to come back home to this Canadian winter. That's not a winter wonderland. And I felt I didn't want to come home, but I had to. And I had to because I had, like I said, I had launched my business, my jewelry business. And so I had to come home. I had to make my jewelry. I had to take care of inventory. I had to package it. I had to ship it. I had to sell it in markets. I had to do all that. And the reason I had started that business to begin with was so that I could have the freedom to do whatever I wanted with my life. Right? So that I could have the freedom to be there with my kids, so that I could have the freedom to travel with my kids. And all of a sudden I'm in this position with my kid who's running in the waves in Belize, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have that freedom. I did all of this. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to start my own business so that I could have the freedom. And here I am without it, with no freedom. I have to go home tomorrow. I have to go respond to all my kids. I have to go do all that, And in that moment, I'm drinking my green juice and I think to myself, wouldn't it be beautiful to have a company that made the product for you, and that shipped it for you, and that took care of the inventory for you, and that packaged it for you, and that did everything for you, and all I had to do is share it, right? Because that's what I was doing with my jewelry. I was sharing it, but I also had to do everything else. But I was dreaming of a company that did everything else for me, and I just had to share it. Drinking my green juice, and all of a sudden I just looked down into my hands and I'm like, oh my goodness, can it be more obvious? The answer was in my hands. So that was in February 2020, right before the world shut down into this pandemic, right? And in that moment I made that decision that, okay, I'm already sharing these superfoods anyway. I've been sharing them with all my friends and my family because I love them, because I think they're convenient, because I feel good, because I sleep well now, which I didn't before. And in that moment, I made that decision. And 2.5 years later, I have that financial stability to do what I want with my life. I started by paying off my products. Today I pay my mortgage. Today I stay home with my kids. Okay, I have a 5-year-old and I have a 5-month-old, and I get to be home with my kids. If I want to travel, I can travel. If I want to stay home, I can stay home. I wake up when I want to wake up, and I'm there with my kids. And to me, that's the greatest freedom you can have, right? If I want to stay home with my kids, I can stay home with my kids, and I don't have to worry about anything else because the money comes in. The abundance is still there. And that to me is what freedom is. All right, is the ability to make that choice and to be there with your children. And that's why to me it's so important to be sharing this. And I'm so happy to be on this call because I need to share this with all the moms, because moms have to be with their kids. Not have to be, should be. Sorry. They should be with their kids. We should be with our kids because they need us. And so that's why I'm on this mission, and it changed my life so much in the past 3 years. And I'm just so much looking forward to the next 100 years of my life because it's been so amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much, Kiev. That was, if that isn't an inspiring story, I don't know what is. Like, that is just so beautiful. And, just seeing a living example of like, how these superfoods can nourish our health and our wealth in such a profound way. And, having that ability to be there for our children and also for them to witness us, in a really healthy and in good way. And so thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and thank you for being here and sharing your story. All right, so next we have Naiva, who is also an amazing momapreneur and a mama of 5 kids and 6 grandchildren, and has been in this business for quite some time. And she also has both a postpartum and a momapreneur story. And so I'm going to pass the mic over to you, Naiva.
Thank you so much, Amaya. It's my honor to be here with all you incredible mamas. And Kiev couldn't have put it better. We need to be with our children, and we need to have a solution that's one-handed. So my story is similar to hers, a little bit different. So when I started, it was almost 8 years ago now. And I was postpartum. I was a few months postpartum with my last child. And I had 5 kids in 4 different schools at that time. So you can only imagine my morning overwhelm and stress. And, I'd just get up in the morning, get the kids up, and not really do anything for myself. And it's so important that we do something for ourselves first so that we can take care of our family members better. So we have to nourish ourselves. And so my day would go on, I'd take the kids to school, I'd come back, I'd be overwhelmed with household chores and a tired baby. I would then, be sitting down breastfeeding, thinking about all the things that I wanted to be eating or creating for myself to eat. And by the time I got the baby down, honestly, all those ideas went out the door. And I was eating whatever the kids left over from breakfast while I was cleaning up and going through the day. And often I wouldn't actually eat a nourishing meal till like noon or afternoon, which wasn't healthy for myself or my metabolism or my energy levels. And so before I got introduced to these superfoods, I was, I didn't have very good sleep patterns. I was waking up groggy and tired in the morning and having to take care of 5 kids and a small baby. And, I was barely making it through the day. By the time the kids came home from school, I was exhausted already. I wanted to go take a nap. And my reality was doing, 5 different grades of homework and taking care of a small baby. And so it was exhausting. At that time, I feel like I was overwhelmed and undernourished. And that was a huge part of why I was so exhausted. And so my midwife actually saw this, that I wasn't taking care of myself. And so she really encouraged me to start doing things for myself so that I could show up better as a mom to my family. So I started using these superfoods. And at first, what I had noticed was that when I was making smoothies, I was drinking a smoothie and it was filling me up. But as soon as I was, by the time I was done drinking the smoothie, I'd be full for maybe half an hour and then I'd be hungry again. And I'd need something even more nourishing. And so with these superfoods, when I'd add it into a smoothie or just make a superfood shake, I would drink like half the shake and feel completely satisfied and full. And I could put the other half in the fridge for a snack in a couple hours. And so that was a huge difference for me of not going through the day constantly looking for the next snack or the next thing that could really fill the void of the undernourishment, but really feeling satiated and fully nourished, really. And so that's where, you know, I started having more energy in the afternoon with the kids and being able to make it through homework and afternoon activities and the beach and dinner and all those things without that overwhelm and exhaustion, because I had something I could do for myself. So from there, I started to, you know, other moms, a lot of times when we're pregnant or we have small babies, you all of a sudden notice that like half of your community is also having babies. And so you meet lots of other moms, maybe even women that you've, you know, been acquaintances with, but you weren't really friends with, you know, they kind of become your moms because now you're friends because now you're both moms with a small baby. And so I just started reaching out to the mamas in my community and inviting them to the beach and sharing what I was doing with them. You know, I was doing something that was helping me and I knew it could help other moms. And so through that, I was able to make my money back for my investment. My very first month that I had invested, I made my money back just by sharing these superfoods with a few friends. And then from there, my second month, I was like, okay, if I could make that much, I wonder what would happen if I actually tried. So now I actually got a little bit of coaching and support because we have amazing mentorship and business trainings in this community. And so as soon as I started plugging in, I started to understand the concept of the business. And my second month, I went into profit. And for me as a stay-at-home mom with a small baby who was on maternity leave, like making $500 to $1,000 was like, wow, that feels so good, you know, to just be able to pay my own cell phone bill and put gas in my car without asking my husband for money and things like that, right? So that was really empowering to me. And from there, that was really the beginning of when I was like, okay, so if I can do that, what else is possible? So my mentor asked me, and I'm asking you the same, like, what would be the biggest win from, you know, embarking in a community of support and a business that could actually support you and being home with your family and creating a substantial income? For me, that bigger why was having more time with my husband. So to tell you a little bit about our situation, he was taking care of 8 people on his own because I was on maternity leave. So we had 6 kids and the 2 of us. And he was working 6 days a week as a massage therapist. But the hard part was he was working at 6 different spas, which means that it was part-time. He had no medical or dental coverage. And when you work at a spa, the other side of it is that if you aren't booked for massages, you end up working a front desk job booking for the next therapist on duty. And you have, if you work at a corporate spa, you have different outfits you have to keep up with. So 6 different spas, you guys. I have kids that go to schools where they have to wear uniforms. And I had a husband that had 6 jobs where he had a different outfit he had to wear every day. So my overwhelm of keeping up with the laundry and the outfits that everybody was supposed to have clean on a certain day was just so overwhelming. And there was days when, you know, he needed the khaki outfit and it wasn't clean and he was frustrated at me and I was overwhelmed with the kids and the chores. And so all I wanted was that to be gone. I was like, if I could replace his income so that he could be home with the kids, you know, some of those days a week and not be gone 6 days a week and be super busy on Sundays with all the other responsibilities, that was my biggest why. My biggest why was having more time with my husband and him having more time with the kids. And you know what? It took me 6 months to get there. In 6 months, I was able to completely double my part-time income and create a full-time income from home. And then, well, actually, that's when I replaced my income was 6 months, excuse me. By the time I hit 8 months in my business, I had replaced my husband's income. And I had then asked him to give a 2-week notice to his work. It was the beginning of May. And I had told him, I said, I want you to give notice to your work that you're going to quit. And we're going to go on a 3-month road trip with our family across the United States and back because we both have family all over the place. So I figured that was the best way to bring the baby and go see all of our relatives. And so, you know what? We did just that. And while I was traveling, here's the even more exciting part. While I was traveling, I had already created this incredible team of other moms that were sharing in this mission that my income exploded while I was on the road, while I was on a road trip, while I was out of service area, out in the mountains. I was actually making money while I slept. And I know this is like a concept that we all hear about, and it's real. It's a real thing. when you have a team of people and you're working together towards a mission on a bigger platform, on a bigger mission on this planet, then you really can make huge things happen. So I just want to welcome you all into this incredible community that you have access to and all the support you have access to. And just know that whatever that bigger thing is for you and your family, it's absolutely possible. And just to wrap it up, I've been in this business for almost 8 years now. And last year I was able to take my whole family to Mexico for an entire month. And this was something that was like on the back burner for a long time. I had wanted to go to Mexico, but I didn't want to go like on my own. I wanted to take my family. And it always was something like, I just wish I could do that, you know? And last year we finally made it happen. We spent the entire month of February in Mexico. We went to Tulum. We went to see so many like pyramids and different things down there that we were really intrigued about. And it was such an incredible experience. And so what I want to part you with is it's not about the money that we can make, but about the experiences we can create because we have the abundance to do whatever we want with that money. And so not letting that hold you back, because anything's possible if, you know, you can dream it into reality. Absolutely. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Amaya, and I can go into the next part when you're ready.
Okay, thanks so much, Naiva. You're such an inspiration for me and hopefully everyone here. And that, you know, this is absolutely real and it's the most amazing opportunity. And that's why I want to share it with all you mamas, because I really am all about supporting our mamas and supporting our women to be able to create the reality that we dream of. So, so let's go ahead and just get into the business opportunity now. So since Naiva, since you're the pro, if you wouldn't mind sharing that with us, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we have this incredible business opportunity where you get to align with other moms and people in our community, as well as your own personal community. And I am actually part of a council called the Million Mom Movement. And our mission is to reach as many families as we can and help them turn their pantries greener and cleaner. So on that platform, we share a lot about the issues in our food and the toxins that are in, 75% of our food supply, and how to, feed our families healthier, because we don't know what we don't know. And so as moms, it's our jobs to not only educate ourselves, but then share with other moms what it is that we've learned. And so we've learned about this incredible opportunity where we can not only fuel ourselves with the highest grade nutrients on the planet that are convenient, affordable, easy, nutrient dense, all the good things. And at the same time, we can share that with other moms and other family members to help them reach their health goals, but also to support our own families. So what I love about this is that it's an absolute win-win-win situation for everybody. You get to be rewarded financially by helping people to reach their health goals, and you get to be rewarded financially by helping others to create a business from home. So this, and they are rewarded, right? They're rewarded by having their health transformations or having their wealth transformations. So everybody wins in this business model. And that's something that I love about it. So the business itself is really incredible because we have a ton of support. We have a ton of training. You don't have to know anything. When I first started, I knew absolutely nothing. I was barely on social media, but you know what? There's a couple ways we build this business. One of them is online, and I've mostly built my business online. I think for moms, it's the easiest because, we all know people online. Any one of you can host an online event like this one, and Amaya and I can come and help to host your event and share all the information to inspire your community. So it's as simple as that. That's how we help you get started. The other way that you can do it is in-home presentations, which I did when I first got started, where I'd invite all my friends over, right? All your girlfriends, all your family members, whoever the people are that you love to eat food with, invite them over to come and learn about what it is that we're doing. And it's just as simple as that. It's just sharing this opportunity with the people that you love. And, they're going to thank you. The amount of people that have come back to me and thanked me for helping them with their health goals, or thanked me for helping them create another stream of income, is just incredible. And that is really like what makes my heart so happy, is having those people come back and be so grateful that I shared this with you. Like, how many jobs or business opportunities is there out there where people actually thank you for, giving them an opportunity or sharing something with them? So we have all the coaching and support that you need. And we have some incredible products, superfoods, that we want to share with you. So Maya, if you want to go into the superfoods that we recommend for mamas, and then I'll go into the other packs.
Okay, great. So could you enable my screen sharing? Let me know when you have. But yeah, so with Purium, there is something for everyone. I just want to put that out there because I know I was talking about postpartum. And so anyway, since that's my area of expertise, I created a guide, a curated guide that I recommend to all my postpartum clients. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Let's see here. Oh, oops, hold on. All right, here we go. All right, so everyone can see the guide? Thumbs up? Yeah, okay, great. All righty, so I'm gonna run through it more quickly just to, respect everyone's time. But if you're interested in this guide, you could, comment in the chat and I'm happy to share the link with you. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I created a Nourished Mama Pack, and that's for pregnant and postpartum mamas. And because I have an Ayurvedic background, and for those of you who don't know what Ayurveda is, it's basically the traditional natural healing science from India. And so they have an amazing postpartum care, way of doing things that I'm all about. So I'm just going to go ahead and move forward into the different things that I recommend for postpartum. And so the first is the Power Shake. And you may have already heard us talking about the Power Shake. That's kind of was my entry point into Purium. I love it. It's like, it has all these amazing greens. It has fat, it has healthy fats, healthy carbs, healthy protein, and it has a lot of amazing greens. And it really helps with your milk supply and boosts your energy level. And also, for postpartum mamas who are concerned about hair loss and things like that, this one, from an Ayurvedic perspective, postpartum hair loss comes from not getting proper nutrition. So having the Power Shake is amazing because it's like, even though I don't want to necessarily recommend that you stop taking your prenatal vitamins, I know that some postpartum mamas have a hard time, digesting heavy, like, prenatal pills, and that can cause your baby to get colic and things like that. So in general, liquid nutrition in vitamins and minerals is what I would recommend anyways. So anyway, and the Power Shake is kind of like the basis, where that's like, like Keith was saying, like, one hand type of thing where you're like, oh my gosh, I need something, and you're just gonna grab for something. So why don't you grab for the super nourishing Power Shake that's going to really help you recover from birth and postpartum and have amazing breast milk for your baby instead of the cookie or whatever. So I do have Ayurvedic recommendations for pregnancy and postpartum, which I'm just going to kind of pass over. Another important thing when you're recovering from birth is protein. So I absolutely love this product because, like I was saying before, protein powders, they're very concentrated and like might not even be cooked or anything. So they're hard to digest. Not all protein powders, but for the most part, I'm like very wary of that for a new mother sensitive digestion. So these are pre-digested, which is amazing. And it's called Super Amino 23 because it goes directly into your muscles in 23 minutes. So when you need an energy boost and your digestion is really sensitive and you're trying not to do caffeine or whatever, this product is absolutely amazing. And the Apothecary is amazing also. It's amazing for, it's anti-inflammatory. And it's also incredible for sleep. It's a naturally occurring source of melatonin. So when you're healing postpartum, sleep is a huge deal, and sleep is super important in order for you to be able to function properly. And you do have a lot of inflammation from the birth and everything like that. And it has tons of antioxidants. And I love it because it's one of the, the tastes that are most important to focus on postpartum is sweet, sour, and salty. But sour can have a variety of different things, like, something super fermented is sour, but that's not great for postpartum. But something like this, like, I find this to be similar to tamarind, which I use all the time in my postpartum cooking. So I call it sattvic sour, and sattvic just basically means pure, because after birth, and since you're nourishing a baby, if you're breastfeeding, you really want to focus on the most pure foods that you can. So this is an amazing product for sleep and inflammation. And rice bran solubles is another awesome product where, the rice bran, it's like, this is a very easily assimilable product where, it's very easy to digest, and it's very creamy and nourishing. And I like to add this to the power shake, and it gives more substance to it as well, and keeps you more full. And you're going to be getting lots of nutrients, extra nutrition from this. And then barley green juice is really excellent for helping with your milk supply. So again, I just add this to the power shake, and it's just all one big happy power shake with all these ingredients in it. And then you're getting the daily extra boost that you need for good breast milk production. And also if you're having like blood sugar issues because you're not eating fast enough or enough, then barley green juice is excellent for that. It also really helps with pH levels. So if you're pregnant, and I know I definitely have pH level problems and getting yeast infections and stuff like that when I was pregnant. And so this also helps with that. So that is everything that is included in what I call the Nourish Mama Pack. So this is just kind of a visual of everything. And so this is what I recommend to pregnant and postpartum mamas. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you and kind of give you an overview of like some of the products that are available to you and that I use. So I just wanted to share that. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and give it back to you, Naiva.
All right, perfect. If you'll give me back the host. I think you have to go to the chat for that. So yeah, the Nourish Mama Pack is incredible for if you're, still pregnant or if you're newly postpartum. All of those nutrient dense superfoods will absolutely help you get better sleep, less inflammation. If you have like gestational diabetes or anything like that, if you're in the beginning of your pregnancy and you still have like morning sickness, I know the Power Shake helps with both of those things. It helps to reduce inflammation. It also helps you. I've heard numerous moms tell me that like it's the only thing that they can consume during their first trimester because everything else makes them nauseous. And so these are just things to keep in mind, because if you're not in that stage of life, we all know other mamas that are either newly pregnant at the end of their, last trimester, or maybe newly postpartum that we could share this information with. So super excited to share more with you all. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again and share some different options that you have access to. If you're interested in the business opportunity, these packages come with the free business upgrade. So the first one I want to share is the Family Nutrition Pack. I'm super proud of this pack because one of the ladies at the Million Mom Movement helped to create this pack specifically for families. And so what's great about this pack, you aren't getting all of the products that Maya just talked about, but stay tuned, the next pack will. This one's great because it comes with a chocolate MVP family, which is great for children if you have older children in the house as well. And often as a busy new mom, not only do you need to nourish yourself, but you need to nourish your family members. And so if there's times, maybe you don't want to cook a meal, or maybe you're breastfeeding when your other child is hungry, this is a really simple, easy way for you to have nourishing options and solutions at your fingertips for yourself as well as your family members. So we have the MVP Chocolate Kids, our family, and this is a protein shake. It's absolutely incredible. It tastes good. Kids love it. And we have the Pothecary, which is helpful for inflammation. Amaya just shared about it. It helps you get deep sleep at night. absolutely incredible. And like she mentioned, it hits all those taste buds with the sweet and the sour and all the things. And then you get 2 shaker cups so that you and your partner, or you and your child, or whoever in your family can share the 2 shaker cups. You have the choice between the bio fruit, which is dark pigmented berries and fruits. This is great to add to your kids' yogurt or smoothies or things like that, especially if you have a picky eater that doesn't like to eat their fruits and vegetables. This is your best solution, is the bio fruit, because you can hide it in other things and make it taste good. And like I said, it's just 16 different dark pigmented fruits in this blend. So it's really incredible, has a ton of antioxidants, will help boost their immune system. And I know for the older kids, school's starting really soon. So this is a really great thing to give them, you know, every day to just help boost their immune system. If you don't have any little kids in the house and you're not interested in the bio fruit, when you buy this package, you have the choice to get the Can't Beat This, which is a plant-based energy drink. So really incredible. I know we don't recommend postpartum that you do coffee or caffeine, but this is, the caffeine is yerba mate and coffee bean fruit. So it's very alkalizing caffeine. So if you are going to do an energy drink, I would opt for this one. And then so you get the choice between the bio fruit and the Can't Beat This on this package. And then you get the green spectrum, which is a really great variety of green plants from land and sea. So you're getting a wide spectrum of greens, and that one is absolutely incredible. I like the lemon green spectrum. You have the choice here to get lemon or to get original. The lemon one tastes like lemon iced tea to me, so very pleasant, yummy flavor. The original one is a little bit more green. And then you get Aloe Digest. Aloe Digest, if you're breastfeeding, is not recommended because it could dry up your milk supply. Unless you're at the end of your breastfeeding stage and you want that, we don't suggest that you take the Aloe Digest. But the Aloe Digest is incredible for the rest of your family. So it's a great thing for the kids as a hydrating, delicious, yummy drink. And it will also help with the gut health. So that is a great thing for the whole family. And then we also have the immune shield. Of course, we need that immunity for our kids as well as for ourselves. So this is a kid's tincture, but you can take it as well. And the ionic elements, which is just minerals and extra, you know, all those minerals that we need for ourselves and for our families to stay hydrated and healthy. So that is the first pack. And this comes with a free business upgrade if you're looking at the business opportunity. The second pack I want to share about is the ultimate lifestyle transformation. This is the pack I started with, and most people start with this pack. It has everything that Amaya shared about, well, almost, not quite. The pack she shared earlier had everything she talked about. This one has the Power Shake. So you get 60 servings of Power Shake. You get 60 servings of the Apothecary, 60 servings of the aminos, and Biomedic is a product that we haven't talked about. We don't recommend this if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, but if you're past your breastfeeding stage, or maybe you want to share this with your partner, this is incredible for removing glyphosate from your body. So if you know what glyphosate is, it's in most of our food supply. And so if you don't eat all organic food all of the time, then Biomedic is a really great solution to help remove all those extra heavy metals and toxins from your body so that they don't wreak havoc in your gut. And it also helps to repair your gut so that you can absorb your nutrients better. So it's a really great product, and it's in a pill form, so it's easy to take. And the last product in here is a Super Cleansar. Again, Super Cleansar, we don't recommend it if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, but if there's somebody else in the family that would like to do a cleanse, or if you're past your breastfeeding stage in life, then you might want to do the full 30-day program and do the 10-day cleanse in the middle, just how it's recommended. What I love about this pack is that there's several ways you can use it. So if you're still breastfeeding, just omit the Super Cleansar and the Biomedic if you're purchasing this because it comes with a free business upgrade. Just omit those products for now until you're ready to add those into your lifestyle, and take the rest of the products. Take the Power Shake every day, the Cherry every day, and the Aminos every day. Those 3 products cover your protein, fruits, and vegetables on a daily basis. And if you think about it, you know, think about what you ate yesterday. Do you know where your proteins, fruits, or vegetables came in yesterday? Do you remember exactly how much you had of each one of those? Because I know for myself, I don't remember all the time exactly what I ate. Sometimes there's days where I eat a lot of fruit. Some days I don't eat as much. Same with vegetables. And so with this, it's super simple. You're having 1 Power Shake a day. you're having the aminos once a day, you're having the cherry once a day, and you can rest assured that you had the minimum required amount of protein, fruits, and vegetables for that day. And if you decide to have a second power shake that day, or the aminos for a second time that day, then you're getting even more than the minimum, right? You're getting a little extra, especially if you are still breastfeeding and you're feeding another human. So I love these superfoods. They're absolutely incredible. And it's all about nourishing, detoxifying, and rejuvenating your body so that way you can serve your family members even better around you. So these are all some incredible people that are a part of our community that are loving our superfoods every single day. And you can go to this website. I think Amaya is going to drop some links into the comments, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up for any questions that you may have. So I'm going to stop my screen share. These are all some of the things, you know, if you're looking to drop some weight, if you're looking for more energy, if you need to boost your healthy immune function, maybe you need just a boost of confidence in your daily life, having something super easy, convenient, nutritious at your fingertips. Maybe you want to build more lean muscle or balance your mood. We have a superfood to help you every day. And it's super simple, super convenient, and super affordable. Back to you, Amaya.
Oh, I thought I was muted. I'm just trying to share these links in the chat. So the first one, I'm going to share the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which is the one that we were just sharing about. It has most of the products that I recommend for pregnant and postpartum mamas. So that's like, you know, and it has 60 servings of all the stuff. And it comes with the free business upgrade. Hold on just a second. Okay, so that's that. That's the one, you know, I recommend that one. It's great. And then, you know, it's what I love also about Purium and about this business is like, it's not, you're getting, it's not like you're just even just paying for the business upgrade, you know, like you get all of these products that's going to help you and your health and save you, you know, when you go to the grocery store and all of that stuff. So everything about it is such a win-win-win. Okay, so just a sec. I'm going to share the family pack, which also comes with the free business upgrade. Okay, there you go. And then as far as like the pack that I created, that doesn't come with the business upgrade, but I shared the link for the guide, so then you can use that as you like. And if you are interested in, you know, just trying the products or something like that, you can do that. And also, if you're like interested, but you're like unsure or you just want to talk, I'm going to just share my Calendly link so we can, you know, set an appointment and answer all your questions. So thank you so much, Naiva, for sharing all of that awesome information. And let's see,